We're Karen and Bo Christensen, a Danish-American couple who met in Germany in 2016. Bo is an airline pilot, and Karen is a freelance advertising creative director. In late 2022, we bought Château de La Tuilerie in Martel, France, and are working to make it a bed and breakfast and wedding destination fit for a queen. Welcome to Queen's Escape. Hello. We haven't put out a video in 3 or 4 weeks, and I just wanted to take the opportunity to let you know we are still here. We've been really busy with the bed and breakfast, and which is very, very good, but doesn't make for the most exciting content. So, I have not been filming me washing dishes, sweeping floors, putting out breakfast, making croissants, cleaning rooms, that kind of stuff, because it's a little monotonous, and you kind of know already that we do that. So we've just been really, really busy with that. But we do have a lot of other stories that are sort of coming together, and we'll be sharing those with you in the coming weeks. We have had some of our friends, new and old, come and stay with us, and some of our viewers on YouTube, which has been really exciting to see the fruits of our labor pay off in that way. So in this video, we're going to share with you some time we spent with Donna and Mary from Kansas City and Minneapolis about their visit here. They were happy to talk with us and give us their impressions. And if you ever come here and you want to be on a YouTube video, please let me know, because I don't feel so comfortable to ask people and put them out to, say, hey, would you help promote us? But if you want to, I would certainly take your time. So hope you enjoy.
So we're here today with Donna from Kansas City.
Yeah.
Mary from Minneapolis. And they came all the way to see us here in France at Château de La Tuilerie. And we just wanted to ask you a few questions. Sure. Because you saw us on YouTube.
I did.
And you thought you wanted to come by?
I did. I wanted to meet you both because of the value you've added to my life, because my dream was to buy a chateau. Maybe I still will, but I feel like you both just took this opportunity and seized it. And I'll tell you, when I got here, it was more beautiful than what you see on YouTube. Yeah. And it's just really interesting to see what you're both doing to make a new life for yourselves here, and then you have your family coming in and friends, and I wanted to share with your YouTube followers that we actually sat outside till 2 a.m, Mary? And we watched the stars, and I've never seen stars like that. I never noticed, and you're an airline pilot, so the value you gave when you said, now you see there's this star, and oh, there's a satellite. I was like, I never noticed satellites in the sky. And that was very, very beautiful, interesting.
There aren't a lot of street lights and light pollution interfering with the night here. So it's very dark here when we turn the lights off. And so because of that, that's why you can, see more of the stars. So it's just it's a small thing, but take advantage of it when we're sitting out on the terrace at night to turn the lights off in the chateau and just to see the night sky. And we can even see the Milky Way here. So it's a real treat for us, and it's a really lovely thing to share with people who come. So
what do you think, Mary? You didn't see us on YouTube.
No, I didn't.
You just came along for the ride.
I came along for the ride.
My sweet friend who came with me.
Heard stories, and I said, sure, I'll come.
Yeah.
And when we pulled in, it was the same reaction. I was like, oh my gosh, that's beautiful. And really an appreciation for what it takes to make something look like that. Because I come from Minnesota, and I have grown up in the country, and a lot of acreage and that kind of thing too, and you just know what it takes to to do something like this. And then just to take the tour and see all the different things and what your plans are is exciting. It's going to be fun to watch.
You have beautiful property, beautiful land.
Thank you. Yeah, it is a lot of work, and one thing is to maintain the things we already fixed up, or we have to keep the park and the grass cut. So it takes you away from doing new projects a lot of the time too.
Yeah.
And the appreciation that we get is when people come along and they say and they see what it is we're doing, and that's really worth a lot to us. And that you came all the way over here and decided to come by means a lot too.
So nice.
Yeah.
It is so nice. And we had like a week and a half of, I think, 3 or 4 American groups of visitors, and it was really exciting, because we started doing everything here in the late September of last year, and our YouTube channel, and we were hoping, to be able to draw some people over to come and see us and see this area of France, and so it's just starting to happen, and so that has been really exciting for us.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to rent a car, and with the way, I remember when I first started coming over here, I literally had a map, like a paper map, and trying to navigate that with the car. The navigation systems, the roads are wonderful. You're right by the Dordogne River. Is that how you pronounce it? The canoeing, you saw that, the beautiful chateaus.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous part of France, I think.
And I think the other thing that's easy is, the signage is great. When you're driving and you're following your GPS, the signage in France is wonderful.
Yes.
It's hard to get lost.
Well, the roundabouts, boy, they have that figured out.
Yes, the
And
roundabouts
if you
are
miss
not
your turn, you just keep going.
and they're not nearly as
No waiting.
intimidating as the ones in the U.S. I don't know why.
It's because people are like, what?
Yeah.
People know how to navigate them. Yeah.
So you've been around this area before, but I think Mary hasn't.
No, I have not.
Would you say that there's a lot to see in this particular area?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful villages that are very close by. Short distances to drive, and I didn't really realize till we came back through last night that you can actually access canoeing on the Dordogne River right
You
here.
can walk out here.
Walk, from the chateau.
Yeah.
And that's a great, we did it, off a different location, but it's just a great way to spend a few hours during the day.
And you saw the Edith Piaf square at the church over there?
Yeah, I don't know if your viewers know who she is. But
Well, if you know the song La Vie en Rose, you probably it's been sung in English too. So now you know, and we have she used to come by here back in the day when she was alive. She had a good friend living down here and vacationing, and it's just a little extra edge to the area. But it's nice that there are so many things that you can see and do here, and I think it's important for people to know, not from us, but from somebody who's coming and say, oh, you can do all these things.
And you need to do it now if you can, because you'll come over here and you're going to fall in love with this country, and you're just going to want to come back.
Yeah, I think you wanna come back, right?
Oh, I'm here 3 weeks, but I haven't been over for a couple of years, with COVID and everything. And, but I think it's the most beautiful country in Europe myself. But what I like about it is kind of where we all came from. Europe, most of us in the U.S. And we don't have the architecture they have here. We definitely don't have turrets. Maybe we do in some places, but it's just your chateau. To me, it looks like something out of a fairy tale. It truly does.
Did it feel bigger or smaller compared to what you saw on your screen?
Bigger.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised at that.
It did. Yeah, bigger. And I was, I watch your channel because it's because I haven't been able to travel. I'm able to kind of live my love for France through your blogs, and I was anxious to see your back entrance, the old entrance and the gate that you put together, which is beautiful.
Thank you.
I think the village behind you it looks like something out of, like, if you've ever been to Disney World and the little villages, it's like that.
It's like going to Epcot, except
That's
it's
the
real.
medieval village of
Yeah.
Gluges that she's referencing.
Yeah, where Edith loved.
Yeah, she loved to come here, that's true. Yeah.
But even the larger town that you are close to, that has the Mary and I went to the grocery store for the first time in France. And let me tell you, it was amazing.
That's
Yes.
Martel is the bigger town that we're in.
Martel. It's a medieval town, though.
Yes.
Yes,
It is.
yes. Richard Lionheart, he came by here, and his brother Henry, he died up in Martel, which is 3 miles or 5 kilometers from here.
Really?
Those are the sons of Eleanor of Aquitaine, which is one of our rooms that she stayed in. She was named for her and both of her
She
sons
was
were
married
here.
to the English Queen,
King.
King Henry, and they had 4 sons, and Richard Lionheart was one of them.
I didn't know that. Huh.
Yeah, he was her favorite.
Yeah.
So it
And
was,
And Prince John was
speaking
the-
of Eleanor, the room we stayed in,
Yeah.
so you wake up, there's 3 windows with shutters. The breeze is coming through, and it's just peaceful. There's
And the
no-
birds.
You can hear the birds.
And
And at night, it's so quiet. It's funny. I thought I needed a sound machine to sleep because that's kind of, I was raised with a fan going all the time, you know, because we didn't have air conditioning.
Like a lot of us do.
I know. And I love the peace and quiet of the night and listening to, you know, nature. Yeah.
and one specialty you could say here in the valley where we are, that the temperature cools down at night, which is not always the case. It gets really hot in the daytime, but you can actually sleep. Open the window because we don't have air conditioning. This is an old house, and it's worth a lot to be able to sleep through the night in this kind of cool condition.
Yeah.
And cools it off for the morning too. Yeah.
But we actually treated ourselves last night. There is a Michelin star restaurant. Oh my gosh, we were along the river in this old chateau. The chef has been there for 30 years, and the dinner was absolutely amazing. And we won't do that probably
And
again.
the name of that place
It was
again?
Chateau. Now remember, folks, I'm from Kansas, and I don't know how to pronounce the French language, but it's Château de La Tuilerie. And it's about 20 minutes from here. And we sat in the dining room, and you know, of course I took some pictures to show you, because you were talking about wanting to do wainscoting, I believe you called, in some of the rooms, and how Bo could create the curves. And I took pictures for you because I went over to in one of the rooms, and I said, Mary, this is exactly what Karen wants to do. So, you didn't need me to give you the pictures, but
it's wonderful to have it. And I think, you know, what Donna is talking about is what we value here in the region is that so many things are just 20 minutes away. You know, so we have canoeing, we have Rocamadour, we have caves that you can go down in, even, you know, Michelin star restaurant just 25 minutes away. And for us, you know, when we first got the place, we didn't know that the area had so much to offer. So I was absolutely delighted to hear that they got to go to a Michelin star restaurant in a chateau, and that it's so close to here. So we kind of, you know, start ticking off sort of the kind of things that people might want to do when they come for a vacation in France. And it's nice to be able to say we can offer so many different kinds of things in the region.
I think the other thing is you always hear in the U.S. that, you know, the French are not very friendly to Americans.
Yeah.
Have not seen that.
No,
one bit.
not at all.
no,
Not at all.
they are happy to see us.
Especially in the South here.
And to not be intimidated by language, because almost everybody speaks English.
They do.
And you went to Rocamadour yesterday?
We did, and I know you're working on something where you're going to educate, you know, your followers about that beautiful village. And I'm sure you know way more than I do, but it's a beautiful, beautiful village that was built on the side of a cliff. And we found it easy. A lot of these places, they have little trains. So if you don't like to step up, because you have to park below and you can see the village, if you don't want to walk up, well, we paid, what was it, €4 for this cute little train. It takes us up right through the village. And of course, Mary's like, do we need to get off of this? Maybe we can go right back down. I said, no, we have to get off. And so we did. And then we shopped for a couple hours and walked around. And I'm not going to take away, we visited some of the religious sites that are part of that. And then we took the train right back down and got in our car. And it was a beautiful day. So you have you see the vineyards, you see the sunflower fields, which in Kansas we have those. You can canoe down the river, and believe me, it's not hard. And we start in one place, and we canoed to a beautiful medieval village, and they picked us up in the bus, and we went back to our car, and the river is so clean. It's so clean.
The river is part of UNESCO's list because of the plants and the fish and some of that. So apparently it's the cleanest river in Europe.
Is it really?
Yeah, well, apparently. So you know,
You can see right to the bottom.
Yeah.
people swim in the river every day down here.
And Donna's referring to the services offered by these canoeing companies and kayaking companies here, where they have many stops along the river, and they arrange a transport service so that you don't have to go and try to turn around and fight the current. You know, you can go from one to the next, and then they'll help to transport you. Either, you know, in the beginning, you can leave your car and they'll pick you up and bring you back so you can go to your car, or you can leave your car in the beginning, and then when you stop where you want to stop, they can bring you back to your car. So it's very, very convenient to have, you know, a day on the river. Yeah.
And I didn't know how to canoe. It's so easy, but it's because the river's not real rough, and it's not deep, and it's not scary. You know, it's just a lovely experience.
There are no boats on this river because they stick too deep. So So it's just what you did is what you can do. Actually.
But when you drive around, we were driving in this part of France, and we went through this little village, and there was this old monastery. And it's now a UNESCO, which does that mean it's protected?
Yes, you know, there is that list of things around the world that's part of and that is all protected.
We stopped, we went through it, and it was just amazing. Now it was very, very, obviously it was a ruin is what it was. Now sometimes there's ruins which they're not going to ever build them back to where they were. And then sometimes there's just things that are being refurbished or renovated. This was a ruin, but it was still really, really interesting. So if you like history, you get a good book, and I know you can use your phone, iPad, whatever. It's wonderful to stop and Google it or whatever and figure out, you know, 700 years ago, you know, these monks built this thing, and you know, you go to these old graveyards, and you know that kind of things interest you. This is also the place to be. Is the history.
And when you got here, the thing is that my colleague was here with his family, so I wanted to give them the tour. It's not really something we do every time people come here. And then Donna and Mary came up the driveway spontaneously. I think they called.
Well, I did call first.
But you know, that's really cool that people come driving up the driveway and they want to stay here.
Yeah.
But you joined the tour, and you saw when we went up on the cliff on the plateau, you saw the valley, you look to the east, and you see chateaus here and there along the Dordogne Valley. So that's like what we call the dot over the I.
Right, that's exactly right.
And it's a special thing here that our land actually goes up, and you can get to see a lot, not just down here in the valley.
And what, for some reason I'm fascinated by this, is when you look into the woods, you can see the old medieval walls, or you know, and you can tell, like you showed me a little hamlet or something that's up there that someone lived in at one time.
Well, I think they probably had sheep or something, and the person who was the caretaker, he would just stay in that stone house up there. You know? Also, when it gets winter, it doesn't really get winter like in Minneapolis, but colder anyway, and he would probably sit up there with a little fire on, and just, that's how it was back then.
And what did you think when you saw the Orangery? Is that how you pronounce
Very good, you got it.
What do you think? First of all, you didn't know what it was.
I didn't. I was like, oh, it's a little greenhouse.
Essentially. Big greenhouse.
But you should see the inside. That is,
it's gonna be something.
That fireplace is unbelievable.
It's just gonna be beautiful. It's actually in really pretty good condition. You know, considering.
And the chandelier that's hanging in there is wonderful.
Yeah. So there's also this little house on your way up to where Bo and Karen took us the other night. And it looks like a little, like something from Disney World in like Harry Potter's village. And you haven't figured out what you're going to do with it yet, I don't think.
Oh, the over here?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's like
It has this little door.
chicken coop and piggery all together with sort of a quaint little, tile roof, and it's charming. And
It's
it
so
needs to be something
charming.
and not change kind of how beautiful it is.
Oh,
We were
it's
thinking
so
to have
charming.
like maybe a hot tub in there.
Yeah, that's
like
a great
bar,
idea.
because it's just so cute. It would be
It's
a fun place to go
adorable.
in and hang out.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
That's a
It's
thought.
just going to be fun to just take the greenery away from it and just see what it looks like
Yeah.
as is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also a fact that we are just the two of us, and sometimes now I have kids here, so they will help me, and every time we have family or friends coming, and they can help us a little bit. It helps to have extra hands, and but you see how time is just running away, and when you don't have time to do certain things, it just grows.
Yeah. Or
It does.
regrows when you something you already did.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
We have areas we cut down last year in the fall. My father was here, he cut down a whole area, and it's completely grown.
Is it completely grown?
Yes.
Yeah, back again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
we just haven't had the time to.
Well, and I can
Sure.
see that. You see it everywhere. I mean, the way things grow here is incredible.
And we've had a ton of rain this year. I mean, it's been constant, so it's
Yeah.
been like that. But I think, the long and short of it is we've had some viewers and people come from New Zealand and from Australia and from the US and from around France, and we just really appreciate that, because every visit helps us to move along, and we want to, that's how we want to move forward, is we want to have people come and enjoy our business and experience a service, and then we make money from that, and we can put it back into the business, and then we can move forward, so that's sort of part of our business model, and so we so appreciate when people take the time, so thank you.
Oh my gosh,
very
I will
much
be
for
back.
coming. It matters
Treat.
to us, it really does.
I really appreciate the opportunity to share with everyone our experience too. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Good,
Okay.
thank you.
Bye. On to new adventures.
Bye.